Hey, Max here, and I got a hot topic to talk about in today's episode, and it's about Star Wars and the Obi Wan Kenobi, a Star Wars story movie. Where is it? Now, there's recent talks about this again because of Ewan McGregor's Golden Globes interview saying he's for it. So we're going to talk about why it's not a thing yet. Why isn't it happening? But first, we gotta give the disclaimer here. This video contains rumors, speculation, and strong opinions. And I'm going to do a lot of speculating in this video as to why it's not here yet. We're also on the... it seems like that the Solo, a Star Wars story trailer, is about to come out in the next few days, maybe next few weeks. So it's going to come out. But where is the Obi-Wan announcement? Why isn't it happening? There's so many divided fans right now for Star Wars. The one thing I think we can all agree on, and I want you to comment below if you agree too, we all want Ewan McGregor in an Obi-Wan standalone movie. Maybe no one asked for Solo, but people definitely asked for Obi-Wan. So let's do a little speculating and see why this isn't happening. Let's really examine why this is not happening yet and start with the simplest possible reason. And this is an interesting article. I don't necessarily agree with everything in the article, but after you read it, you can't really... I have a hard time disagreeing with the article on certain points. Now, this is about Kathleen Kennedy. Well, she ran around with a Force is Female t-shirts and staffed her story group with women, which I have no problems with. But this is where I really agree with the article. She apparently forgot to actually plan out this franchise. Now, nothing against her as a person, but as doing her job, I don't think she's done it well. And her story group are not planning out this Star Wars movie universe well, in my opinion. We should definitely have had an announcement about an Obi-Wan standalone already. And if you know Star Wars news, this summer they were supposed to announce another standalone, and it never happened. And then the throwaway announcement of Rian Johnson's trilogy right before The Last Jedi was being released. So that's another reason I think I mean, the Rian Johnson trilogy still could possibly happen. I really hope not. But I think it's another way to take off pressure of the Han Solo movie and to get people in the seats for The Last Jedi. So that's my opinion. But honestly, she is not alone. At Hollywood, the big thing is now, and you know, you movie fans out there know this, the big thing is to make a shared universe. Marvel, DC, there was a Universal Monster Universe shared movie, and no one's really pulling it off. The only one that really is pulling it off is Kevin Feige. So, some of us watching this may have our problems with Kathleen Kennedy, but she's not alone. It's not working. The only one that's really working is Marvel. Here's a picture of the Star Wars Celebration, and here is the story group. The story group is supposed to really do their job and plan out this universe and get things rolling. And I don't think they're very capable. They're not doing a great job. They're having trouble finishing what they start, and they're not starting anything new. Why no Obi-Wan standalone? They might actually have to do their job and write a story. Or not, I mean, they may not write the whole story, but they need to know where it's going and hire the right writers. This is, to me, in my opinion, this is the most basic reason as to why it's not happening. Just like other movie universes, they get these big groups of people, workers, they plan all, they get their offices set up, and then nothing happens. We all go we all have day jobs. There's workers and there's people that show up to work. They're not getting a lot started. It's just the basic thing. They're not doing it. They're relying on Rian Johnson. Now, he's a writer, and that's the most easiest thing to do, is to just pass it off to him instead of them doing some hard work and planning out a cool new direction for the Star Wars movie universe. And this is just going over that she was supposed to announce a standalone movie before the Rian Johnson trilogy. The Han Solo drama, they were dealing with that. And Rian Johnson, basically, he does what she wants. He writes the Rex, and he's SJW sensitive. Now, that's not a bad thing, but that's the easiest route to go. You already have a relationship with him with the previous movie. It's just the easy thing to do. And also, that story group, they're not getting much done. Another possible reason, and this again is speculating, is there seems to be, and this may be spoilers for The Last Jedi too, okay? If you haven't already watched it, but I think everyone watching this probably has by now. The way they're treating original characters or actors that were in the franchise with Lucas. For some reason, they don't like to bring on these actors that had a role before Disney took over. And my opinion is, I think George Lucas had some decent contracts for these actors. They're used to certain things. In Disney, they have the money, but they like to keep their money. There's something about, I think the bottom line is money. They don't want to, Ewan McGregor knows fans want to see him. So he's not gonna go crazy, but he wants money for his efforts. And it doesn't seem like they would rather go with new actors, new characters, and maybe there's something in the contract again that they want to focus towards new. Okay, and possibly, I still think there's something to do with the toy sales too. Who knows all the little red tape in these contracts? My personal opinion, there's some other reasons they don't want to get Ewan. Maybe they want to hold off on it until you're not thinking of Ewan as Obi-Wan, which would be a huge mistake. I think everyone is eager to see him come back. One of the best things about the prequels. Okay, now I'll play a little game I like to call Pick One. Now, the Han Solo official trailer is coming very soon. Rumor is that it's going to debut this Friday on Good Morning America. So, and I'm going to put a poll up, but along with the poll, I would like you to comment below and say which one would you want. If you can only have one of these possible movies, what would you pick? The Solo standalone, an Obi-Wan standalone, Episode 9, or Rian Johnson trilogy, the first of the trilogy. My personal opinion, I would go Obi-Wan 100%. And that's what makes it so hard that they're not working on it actively. Now, maybe Ewan McGregor is just playing the press and not really saying what's behind the scenes, but based on giving some perspective of how this story group in Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy is going, I honestly don't believe they've had serious talks yet, because they don't get things done. So I'm kind of on the side where I think it's not progressing, which is a shame. But 100%, if I can only see one more Star Wars movie, I would go Obi-Wan with Ewan McGregor. Definitely. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Maybe tell me why you think this isn't happening yet. And now I'm going to get on to the viewer comment for this episode. And it's from Franklin Kendrick. Thank you so much for your comment. He says, at this point, I have no faith even if Han Solo has a stellar trailer. The Last Jedi had such beautiful and provocative trailers that totally misrepresented the film that I ultimately watched. Everything was misleading, and the payoffs that were hinted at were not worth the hype. There will be zero hype from me moving forward. As far as I'm concerned, the franchise is over until something genuinely wows me like The Force Awakens did. That's a good point. Maybe it's a very good trailer, but we really have to wait to see the full film. They do awesome trailers. I too really like the Last Jedi trailer. I don't think was as misleading as... I don't think the trailers were that misleading, though. I think what was misleading was all the setup and the end of The Force Awakens. It did not tie together. It doesn't tie together good as a trilogy, and it doesn't treat the characters, have them true to their origins, to me, in my opinion. But I would also like to hear your comments below. And this is also where I'm going to say and remind you, you don't have to follow me anywhere. But I would like you to comment below and join in on the conversation, and I'll see you on the next Hot Topic.